Hello friends. So we're going to go ahead and continue on. We're starting day 12 of spring. We have already opened up Lilikala through the wall, built the Great Pier, and we've just heard from Dave. So I'd like to unlock that just because it's useful to have the auto feeder and the auto barn cleaner. So we're going to make a trip to go find Dave for the first time. Doc Jr., it looks like, has some new upgraded items available in his shop. We probably also have some mail telling us that there is new items available in the shop. Now, we're kind of low on material stone, bronze as well. So I'm just gonna take a few of these out just so that they're processed, because we're gonna be starting to need these in order to build up Lilikala once everybody starts showing back up to the town. Which we're hoping that today we will get everybody back in town. So we're going to have lots of mail today because we hit a cultural level increase, which means that all of the shops in town are going to offer new items. We'll go through and take a look at some of the new items that they have available. At the end of this list of all of the opened products from the different lines, we are also going to have, so Martha is sending a letter from the animal shop in Providence. She's the one that runs the horse race, so we should talk to her because she'll probably have a quest for us now that we have a horse. So Neil wants spinach, but we just don't have enough room in our current little plot to make that for him. We got our first request for fertilizer from Judy, and we'll make sure to take care of that, because that will get us some of the milk that we're going to need in order to unlock the third cultural level star for Electenbury. Now they will continue asking for these things in the mail in order to increase reputation, provide us with benefits, that type of thing. So here's the treasure hunting intern. If we go find Alina in the northern Providence Plains, which should be available from the very beginning. It's not blocked off by any broken bridges or that I'm aware of, if I remember right. So that's another thing that we can do. Having a pet dog would enable us to increase our treasure hunting capability. That is a new addition to having a small pet dog for this DLC that came out. We can't take our chickens with us on adventures. Alright, so we have our last onion that we're going to need, which is good timing. So we've got 3 open spots. We've got a couple more of the flowers that we need 10 of, so we're getting there. We've got a little bit of space opened up. We should plant what we've got. We've got some guidance on some options for planting though now, because we need some spinach for Neil. He also wants more tomatoes, but we're gonna need, I believe, 2 more tomatoes for the next. So we should go ahead and grab 3 more crops. Looks like our cooking's finished, so we have a bunch of coffee now. And the thing that I love about coffee is that it just takes one ingredient and it takes it from a half a heart to a full heart. Plus we get a bonus to basically increase our warmth. So coffee is going to be something that'll be incredibly useful. Looks like we forgot to sell some fish here, but that's okay. We'll have it available to sell today. Let's put away our flowers and see. Oh, we can give Judy her first 10 fertilizer that she's asking for. So the count that we're at is 8, 6, and 7. So we only need 2, 4, and 3, and then we can pass these in and unlock the Flower Festival. Now the Flower Festival, it isn't one where you have to like compete or work for a prize. It's just one of the social ones, and you can choose any one of the romanceable characters to increase reputation with. We will be gaining a lot of reputation with Judy, just cycling through her requests in order to gather the amount of milk that we're going to need. So we probably won't ask Judy, which at this point in the game, since Lilikala isn't completely built, they will not be joining us. Most likely. I haven't had them show up first year yet. So what we should do is take Neil, because he wants things that take a long time to grow, so we're not going to get a bump to his reputation for a while. But Judy, we're going to cycle through the stuff that she's been asking for quite frequently and quite quickly. So she will very quickly become one of our best friends, just for the sake of necessity. Now, I really do like having this little well here, but I believe the next upgrade to the town has it disappear. But then it comes back very nice after that, like better than it was before. I think it's just a glitch where they set the timing incorrect. So this star should have just had the boxes cleared out and it would be empty, which is what the next cultural star level will look like. But after that one, we will get an even bigger well area that's more built out, and it's very adorable. So here's our first shop that we're going to get to see what the additional items are for completing that cultural level. Now, I believe we've gone through and seen some of these already, and a lot of these we're going to need, like this butter recipe, and the fried egg. We're going to need both of those, and we're going to need them before there's going to be a sale. So I'm just going to get them right now. Both the butter and the fried egg. The rest of it can wait until there's a sale and we have more money saved up. We should go sell those fish before I forget and carry it around all day. Nothing like carrying around pocket fish all day. So it is nice having our first horse, but I can guarantee we are going to much prefer the next horse. And then towards when we start unlocking Zimmergrad, we are going to really want the third upgrade towards mounts that we're going to go with. So silver is a highly sought after and more difficult to find at this point. Once we unlock the Lilikala mine, it's less rare, it's more easy to locate. We'll be able to turn that into a fried egg and that into our first stick of butter once we get home. But I don't think we've got... So we do have enough silver to get her past the first request. And let's just take a look here. I don't think that he's got additional... We don't quite have enough for a calf yet. But that's okay. We got our first stick of butter. We should be able to do the first one even without the first calf. And we need money in order to process. So we were going to... I was regretting not buying the cow the very first day that we could afford it. Had I remembered to throw these fish in the shipping bin before, like last night, so we would get paid for them today, then we probably would have had an easier time. But because we have enough silver already to get Judy to her next request tomorrow... Oh, now we're having Judy's first scene. That actually isn't our horse. It kind of looks like it, but this is Judy's horse. I like calling him our horse Walnut because I could just picture... I live in a rural area. There's horses around here all the time. I could just picture someone going out there and being like, Wally, and him just walking over. I just think that that's fun. Plus, he has that coloring as well. We will have more options to name other mounts. Once we drop the wall in Lilikala, we'll go with our next level of horse, which will be faster. And then there will be the final one will be once we drop all the walls so that we can access the final one. I should have just whistled for my horse. That was kind of taking the long route. Looks like Anna's out, but let's talk to her brother really quick. Because we don't have anything in our pockets to give Anna. And the sooner that we unlock the higher levels of Lechtenbury, the sooner that Doc will be able to upgrade our watering can and our hoe. It's not a big upgrade. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it's enough to get us through all 3 iterations of that are coming up, because we're done with building up Lechtenbury. It will help get us all the way where we can unlock all the rest of them. So here we've got a few extra things. This ink and lily seed, those are new for the DLC. He does want some iron. I guess we could have given him some iron. I believe we have a bunch of that. I just want to wait until after we go through and build out the requests for Lilikala. We should check on our grass today. You don't necessarily... Oh, the green pea seeds, that's also DLC, so if you don't see that, you're missing the DLC. You just need to either purchase it. If you don't have it, if you got the season pass, then you just need to download it. So now we've got a good 4 eggs. By the time we're going to need the eggs, that'll be enough for the fried eggs and the baguettes. I think we only need 3 fried eggs. Or maybe it's 5, but we're very close. We'll have another egg before then, without Judy's help. And then we've already got we've got the 1 stick of butter here. And then tomorrow we'll have a second stick of butter, which is 3 milk. If we can get the 3rd stick of butter, we might be able to avoid the 3rd star lockout altogether. But I'm guessing it'll get locked out at least for a period of time while we get the last stick of butter. So this quest allows us to have a incubator for the chicken eggs. We will eventually make one, and we'll even make... See, here's the sprinkler. This will be very useful so that all we have to do is water it the one time, which is why having the expert watering can is fine all the way toward even opening up Zimmergrad. We'll be able at that time to get it up to the next level, which is the master watering can. But let's get our welcome to Lilikala package together. So first thing we're going to need to do is check and see if we have enough tomatoes. I think that we'll need 1 more day's growth of tomatoes, which I believe will be tomorrow or the next day. But we now have the materials, and once all the people have come back and they're ready to work, we can go through and hand out all the materials. The only ones we don't have enough to cover at this point is we're going to need some special clams, which we will go and locate today. And it will take us more than 1 day to gather. Oh, I was going to check our tomatoes too. 3 tomatoes. Yeah, we're going to need 2 more. So we need those tomatoes to have 1 more growth cycle before we can pass it in. But we have opened up warping, which is going to make this ride much faster. We have a couple of quests here. This one will open up the horse festival. This one, I believe, is one of the DLC ones. We can go grab those real quick. And then Dave is located right... Let me see. I want to say right around here. He's not that far out of town. It could be over here, but it's fairly close. So we could do that real quick. Just gather those 2 quests and go find Dave on our way to Lilikala. Oh, I think that second quest is letting the villagers of Lilikala know that the Great Pier is rebuilt. So their increase allows us to buy animal medicine, a miracle potion, basically the same as before. I wouldn't recommend buying the brown horse. It doesn't get you anything additional. We got it for free with a very high amount of love. So I wouldn't pay the 3,000 for a horse. I would buy a cow. Oh, we also need to double check our... Now, to get her to talk about it, you have to walk around this counter. She will not tell you about the horse race until we actually speak to her. I'm probably not going to open it up immediately, just because we need these materials to build out Lilikala. There will come a time when we have some spare materials and it'll be a break before we have more things we need to unlock. Oh, wrong bridge. That bridge that's broken is one of the most important bridges to unlock in this game. It's how you access Zimmegrod the first time. It also unlocks the Providence Mine. So the Sasquatch, when we can tame it, which won't be until we get some pictures of it, that's one that we can actually ride around as a mount. It's pretty funny to watch. It also gives you your farm some seasonal bonuses depending on which Sasquatch you tame. There are 4 total, 1 for each season, and they're all located in the seasons that they represent. But none of them will show up until we get the picture of it. Alright, so let's backtrack a little bit because I want to check our grass. And maybe do a little bit of fishing. So the grass at this stage, we probably only need to water it 1 time to get it there. But I don't like it to turn wilted. We probably won't have to water it again after this. But I will forget about it completely if I don't check it every day. Out of sight, out of mind for me. We probably didn't even need to water it that time because all that happens is it will turn red and then the next day it's fully grown and you can harvest it all. So you just really need to water it while it seeds, and then it won't wilt in time as long as you water it while it's in the seed phase. Before it's grown. So we're going to need all 10 of those in order to rebuild Lilikala for one of the buildings. All of the towns that we rebuild will have regular materials to rebuild the buildings with, but they usually have something in addition that is just kind of a random item that you can usually get in the area. But that isn't, I don't think I threw that lure in a good spot. Let's retry. Oh, they were both right there. It is right on top of that fish. That is crazy. I think we got its attention now. There we go. I don't think we'll have any of the large arowanas. These ones just don't have the size on them. But hey, whatever will get us our first cow. Now, honestly, we could probably just get away. Oh, I don't think any of these are going to be the ones we need. Looks like there's one over there. We'll try for that one big one, and then we'll just move on with our day. The trout aren't bad. They're just not as good money. And we need a cow. I think we got the smaller one's attention first. Yep. So we'll have a few rainbow trout to sell. But tomorrow, I think it'll unlock the better fishing spot anyway. So this will just be in an effort to get our first cow. The second cow will be much easier to afford, even with this crappy old fishing pole. We will get a fishing pole upgrade as part of the Lilikala storyline though, for free without having to worry about unlocking and upgrading cultural levels for a workshop. Alright, we got one arowana. I'm not going to worry about a couple of crawfish or the little ones. Let's go ahead and see if we can locate Dave on our way. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I have another playthrough where that's where my barn is located. So I'm used to going there in order to check my crops to see if they have hybridized or to drop off the things that are in my pockets. So in this one, we're gonna go... He says that he goes east, but it's misleading. Remember where the horses are? That's where we're at right now. That's the other wild horse where we got Wally. It's right across from there, and here's Dave right here. So let's learn about camping. Poor Dave. If he looked just a little bit, he would see civilization. There's a town it's even within visible distance from where he wanders around. I just always found that pretty funny. They do this on purpose though, so the first time it's cheap and easy. We'll go ahead and use the tent tonight, just in order to open up Dave's shop, get him moving to the next area, and get our first upgrade. Well, unlock it, I should say. I think it's the next one that we find Dave at that it actually upgrades our camping gear. So when it says the left button, that is on the directional pad, not your main analog stick. It's the left button on your directional pad. The nice thing is when you are sleeping at home, you automatically get full health back, full stamina, unless you were up really late or you passed out or something. What happens with camping is that depending on what you make and how much you make food-wise is how much stamina you'll gain back. So while one thing of mushroom skewers will fill up our stamina right now, once we're able to get our second horse, so this will be sooner than you'd expect in order to get the next level of horse out of Lilikala. Oh, we're gonna warp right over here because the Great Pier is ready. I think we have to see it and talk to Kai first before we go and collect the rest of the villagers. Now that does open up a fishing spot, but it's not one that I like to use a lot just because it is hard to see the fish unless you angle it right. And even then, it can make it a challenge to catch the fish if they dart to an area that is outside of your view because of the railing on the Great Pier. So we've already got that. Here is our first scallop that we're going to need, and we're just going to add that here to our tracking because we're going to need a total of 10 of them. And we won't be able to get them today necessarily. We'd have to go really far out to gather them. But one reason why we're heading towards this scallop out here is because I wanted to show you at this shallow playground, this tiny little dock that will be rebuilt is going to be our favorite spot for fishing right here. Now we'll head that way maybe a little bit later to get this scallop over here, but more importantly to open up this map right here. We cannot cross into this area because the Lilikala wall hits over here and we cannot get into that area. The mine is going to be up here right next to that statue, but this is also blocked off by a wall right here and a wall over here. So until we drop the Lilikala wall, we will not be able to use the Lilikala mine. So any of the ore that we need, we have to get it out of Lechtenbury. Lechtenbury is a small mine. It only has 50 levels total. Most of them have 80, and it's hard to find things that are way more common in the other areas' mines. So like gold is a lot harder to locate in Lechtenbury than it is in Lilikala, for example. Now I'm just gonna run through and grab some of these scallops, and then we'll go get the villagers. Sometimes I like to walk on the items instead of just pick them up, apparently. So there are other, like clams and things, mussels, that are available here. It's not a bad idea to pick up anything that you see that's sparkling. These we can use for like bait and recipes. That little guy is a ferret. We might start going up and just petting everything so that we can track it and fill out our encyclopedia. Oh, maybe he's the otter. I forget. Yeah, he's the otter. Looks like a ferret though. It's like they use the same graphic design for it. So we're going to head this way on this reef to pick this guy up. And there's this reef has this one, but we're going to go grab, well, maybe we should just grab that one real quick while we're over here. Then when we grab the other two, we can warp over to... We just missed this guy. Now we can go get the other two over on the sidebar over here. And that means we have a total of 9. We can get the 10th one though when we go to gather that goddess statue. But I want to get the villagers before they go to bed. And then hopefully tomorrow we will have all of the ingredients that are necessary in order to move the storyline enough that we can start rebuilding Lilikala in earnest. So this area is like the spokes of a big wheel. They aren't always going to be located in the area. And if you hit the exclamation point and it doesn't trigger, get off of your horse. It means that it won't trigger while you're sitting on your horse. And this is going to set the tone for a lot of the different towns that we're going to be rebuilding. Providence became kind of a refugee village where the people that were locked out of their homes went to live. And as we build the cities, or build the towns back, the villagers are going to return and rebuild, which takes them out of Providence, and that's why when everybody leaves, you're going to have to spend some time rebuilding Providence. So this is another one of the relationship or the characters that you can date. I want to say her name is Aolani. If I got that pronunciation wrong and you know the actual pronunciation, feel free to correct me. Some of the names that are more tropical, I'm just not that familiar with. I live in a more desert climate, so the nice thing is that having her back means that we can open up the next part of the quest, which is going to be this quest we're getting right now. So tomorrow we're going to have a quest with Aolani in order to feed all of the hungry people that are working really hard to rebuild. This is Brandon. He is our traveling merchant that is located here in Lilikala. Now, our horse is missing, so we're just going to push down on the directional pad to whistle, and he comes right up behind us. So let's go get that last clam, and then we won't be able to fully open it because our grass needs one more day after tomorrow to grow all the way. But we'll be able to fix, once we have all the tomatoes and everybody's starting to rebuild, we'll be able to fix almost the entire town. I think that's another otter. We can check really quickly just by searching for the otter, and you can see his little picture showed up, so that's another otter. At nighttime, the animals will trade off. So like if there's, for example, the horse that we're going to be upgrading once we drop the Lilikala wall, it is not going to be available at night. So if we miss it, oh, I swear I saw a sprite come out of that one. Oh well. So as you can see, we are slowly building out our maps as we open up more areas to explore. I'm gonna just very quickly run over to this island over here. I believe we've got some good seed options. Oh, one thing I wanted to show you, with your horse, you can just run this guy down to get the seeds that he's holding. You don't have to sneak up anymore, which is one reason why I love having a horse. So this is the reason why we came out here, the coconuts, and get that golden wisp fruit. I think we're at 2 now. We can quickly grab one more just to increase our stamina a little bit more. Let's see. I think that's the only one that's open in the springtime. There's another gold wisp over here, and in some islands that we haven't opened up the map to view yet. So there's a couple of other things that we can explore out using these reefs. Each season the reefs are going to change a little bit, and that opens up different areas. In fact, let's just warp. Spent all this time getting to the warp, and then once we are done exploring, I think it's the one we start over here that kind of snakes under the Great Bridge. Oh, we have a full bag. Let's see if there's any seeds that we don't necessarily need. All of these are good for various reasons. Which one is that? I think it was a flower. We can always come back and grab it again. One of these has a very long oh, the corn seeds, that's regular corn. So we'll want to come back and gather all these once we've emptied our pockets. But since we're out this far, I'm looking for... There's one really long... Oh, I think it might be this one. It's got a gold wisp at the end of it. Let's run home, drop off our fish, drop off our seeds. Now, I think we have a couple of spots open really quick, so we're going to use our zucchini and our pineapple seeds, because they can hybridize here, which is just extra money right in our pockets that we can use. Now, one other thing that we're going to need is more tomatoes and more spinach for Neil, so we might as well plant one of each of those. Let's put our scallops away. We're going to sell all these fish. I kind of want to plant that tomato. It's going to take a while to grow, but that will give us a head start on Neil's request for tomatoes. Plus, we just have a general need of tomatoes in this game, and they take so long to grow that I should have just planted it while we were out here. Alright, so our animals are hungry. We can feed them things out of our pockets, or we can let them eat the feed in the barn. The chicken will automatically feed itself when it goes in, but we can, since we're going to be riding around on our horse and camping tonight, we will give our horse a turnip to feed it. You can tell what a horse's favorite thing is after you tame him if you look in the yellow book in your barn. I just happen to know most of the horses love turnips. And it's cheap and it's quick. So let's head back out here. Well, let's grab those seeds, because we will want to have... It'll be a fast thing since we're not going to need to stop for anything, and we will go and grab the 2 seeds we couldn't pick up. There's the flowers, the champagne flute seeds, and then the corns in this corner. Alright, so rather than drive all the way back, we'll just warp. We'll head over to that other reef, and then on the beach, we will camp. Camping on the beach is fun. My family just loves the water. So it is definitely a good idea for our first camping trip to be here on the beach, since we're here anyway. Because we only have the one... Oh, we've already talked to her today. And we already talked to Brendan. So tomorrow when we come back, all of the docks should be back in serviceable order. They will then have the platforms that their houses will be built on set up. And here is that last wisp. Now, I believe we've got 3. Oh, we've got 4, so we could have passed that in. So we'll just quickly go see the goddess. She's up all the time. And just get another thing of stamina, and then we'll go camp on the beach. I guess we could camp right in front of the harvest goddess. You just kind of need a area that it'll allow you to set the tent out on. Now, we could have opened up one of the bag spaces, especially the seeds are kind of annoying this early in the game, but as we're going to be exploring mines that are getting larger and more dangerous, we are going to need a lot more stamina just to get through the day, especially with all of the additional... We're going to have a lot of additional farms, different plots that we're going to be using. So we're just going to push the left on the directional pad, and we will choose yes, we're going to camp here. Oh, darn it. I forgot to grab mushrooms. I don't think I have enough mushrooms in my pocket. Yeah. So, I should have done that first. This is what it looks like. These are your starter recipes. I totally came unprepared. So we're going to go to sleep. We're not going to bother with the photo because we need those mushrooms. And it's cute that our little horse is right next to our camping backpack, next to our little tent area. But that is it for today. If you have any suggestions or questions, please feel free to post them below. We should be waking up right on the beach in Lilikala, which means we'll immediately be able to see the new pier in the morning. If you guys found anything in this one useful, please like the video. And if you guys have opinions on the way that I'm naming the animals, or if you would like to vote on what kind of pet you would like to see us tame first. We'll start going around petting all the different animals so that we can see what's available at this point in the game. Have a great day.